back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. My returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family, as always. Thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel that the videos are insightful, just gave you good vibes or uplift that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through some trying times right now and just need spiritual guidance or just confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share my etiquette girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support as always, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyokas trauma gave a deeper understanding to create a path of life that you never knew you could have. Um, it's just been so wild lately. I said I hope the video that I posted before that. It's like even when I was writing, I'm like, girl, what the hell? And it's just like they were like, write this, write that, write this, or say this, say that, say that. Um, so many different things has been unfolding. The shift in my frequency, the shift in my vibrations, where I focus my energy on. If I see that seeing past, you know uh, certain sequences or certain timelines that really hit me, affected me in the negative sense or a traumatic sense, whatever, um created something that I never thought I would be doing. um a lot of times when we have gone through things, it takes us time to be able to see like certain sequences that took place in our lives as a blessing in disguise. It took me a long time for me to be able to do that. I work on my healing on the daily. Even when things are not going right, I'll try my best to tell universe, thank you. I don't even know what I'm thanking you for, but I'm gonna thank you in a minute. So let me just go ahead and thank you now. You know, because it's allowed me to be who I am. Just allow myself to be open to what I am, being able to accept me, being able to accept myself with love, high regards, having that respect for myself, to know, everything has a reason for happening. There's a purpose behind every painful experience that you have gone through. And there are so many people that has influenced me, to get me to where I am. And it's also the things that, I've seen along the way that I can totally resonate with. Because there's so many different things can really take a horrible turn for the worst in your life. You may not understand why did this happen to you. What is the purpose behind these different things that's taking place? If universe and God really loves me, why did they allow these different things to happen? And a lot of times it doesn't unfold into you allowing yourself to go on that journey to really allow yourself to say, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of not being happy. I want to allow myself to be happy because I deserve these things. And so it guides us towards a path for us to really see things from different angles, change your vantage point on how you see everything that has been going out your life, has embraced you, has taken away, or you allowed yourself to walk away from. And you get these senses like, dang, that really blew my mind on all the things that, I never thought I could be able to create with myself. It's just like when I start seeing certain things that I totally can resonate with in some kind of way or another. I forgot there was this guy that he was a motivational speaker, and he had some really, tough addictions. And, I'm trying to be correct, you do messing with you about saying certain words, that he got addicted on really bad. And I mean, he was allowing himself to be seen at that time of how bad his life had gotten for him. And it's like to compare what he is in now, you know, um I think he was from Hawaii or something like that. And, he was going through all these different things. And, he knew that his life, he had to be able to turn it around. Um, and he knew there was a purpose behind all that he is going through. And now that man's very successful. And he's mentoring a lot of people. He's allowing himself to be open, showing people how he was. And it's like when you see how he was then when he was really strung out to compare what he looked like now, look like two different people. But it touched my heart in a beautiful way, because a lot of times you don't understand at that moment why are you going through these different things in your life, what purpose does it hold. And then you can just see certain things that came about because it allowed you to see yourself on all different levels. Having that confidence in yourself that you can place, a stern hold on yourself, is like, look, I may not understand, why it's hard for me to be able to allow myself to separate from whatever this trauma, this wound, this trigger, or whatever, but I'm willing to be open for it. And a lot of times it takes you to have to keep going through things for a while, because a lot of times, that insight of a notification is like, hey, you need to allow yourself to stop thinking in that type of vibe, carrying around that energy that makes you feel like a victim towards different things, even though this has happened to you. But it is not, this is not molding you. And that's how they try to say, because they just get mad about that. I said, I didn't want to sit up here and say I was a victim. I'm just saying what things has happened to me. And then it's just like, that's still, victimizing your own self. um and it is just like, when you can allow yourself to take responsibility for your actions, not for other people's, but for the things that you have done. There are sometimes things has been done to you, and you may have not have caused certain things, but allowing yourself to say, this is not you, it was something that was placed on me by somebody else. Now this is my time. You're taking responsibility for your own happiness, and that's what universe wants us to be able to do. No outside influences, external influences can make you happy. If it is, it's very temporary. Everything that you're wanting in a positive state of mind, it comes from the inside. It answers everything we're looking for is coming from within. And a lot of times we have to connect with people to get that outside indication of things that you may be able to vibe with at that time. And a lot of times when we don't see it, we have to see it from another person, because just because we're mirroring stuff, there's a lot of times things that's coming back and mirroring what you need to be able to change within your life, or certain things that you may need to bark on within your life that you may didn't have that courage to go through before. And it creates something all of anew. And it was just like when I was like looking at my content, all my titles and stuff, it made me think about a lot of people. It's just like Elizabeth Smart, when she went through all these different things in the you know a few years back. If anybody doesn't know who that is, she was abducted by this guy and his wife, and they kept her for like, I think it was like 10 or 12 years or something like that, give or take. It was a while. And it got to that point where she just thought this is going to be the rest of her life, this is how she's going to live. And now she's like an activist for a lot of people that is going through those that the S traffic, um different abuse or whatever. And it's just like, I remember hearing that, and I mean, I was crying tears of joy, because in a lot of different things that she had going on within her life, I can totally relate to. Because a lot of times when you have gone through things and you just, I mean, it hits you like a ton of bricks. Like, it's, what's coming out of this? Is it going to be better? It's just like, there's a lot of people that can go through things we've gone through, and we end up being the lucky ones. Because there's sometimes, like, even when it comes to DV, the violence, on different connections that you have, some people don't live to go through that. And it's just, the fact is, if you can have a blessing to where you can allow that to detach yourself, um there was a purpose for that, because there's a lot of people that have gone through those different things and they're no longer here. So it's allowing you to be able to create a life that is better suited for for you. You know, we have gone through that connection on growing up on we had to fear certain things, or we couldn't do certain things because of our gender or our nationality or our pay, pay grade, like upper class, middle class, all these different things. And when you're allowing yourself to say, look, this is my life. I'm taking control of this. I know how I want to do things, or I know I've been guided to do it a certain way. I'm allowing myself to go ahead and put this together and see where it's going to take me. And you'll start looking at everything in your life that, I mean, really has shook you to the core, you know, was a blessing to be able to show you how much strength you have, how much admiration that you have, knowing that you're protected. You're never alone, even when you feel like you're alone. Better things are coming for you, even though you may be embracing some very hard stuff right now. You know, you've been in a storm for a long time. Now the sun's coming for you. You've been in bad, low frequency. Now they're taking you to new heights. And these are all the things you had to be able to go through, for you to be able to understand, it's not always going to be that way. It's just all about how you choose to look at everything you're going through. If you have that vibration, or you want to push out to the universe, my life is this, my life is that, my life is this, and you're not putting any good vibration on what you're saying your life is, that you're creating that as being your reality. But when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, this mess might have me, stuck for a minute, or may have me on pause, but I'm allowing myself to be creative, as well as courageous, trying to say, to be able to pull forward, not allowing myself to, get scared because this is something that's new to me. They're pushing you out of the norm. you know Change is not always comfortable, but this, like, change is what we all need. There's a lot of people that are okay with just being, but if you're watching this video, you are not one of those. You are here to create something of a new. And for us to be that spotlight of example, you're allowing yourself to be that person, because there's so many people that are walking around here and say, I went through this, I went through that, and my life has always been that way. And it's just like, have you tried to change? Are you allowing yourself to focus? Are you putting your focus on things that can't be changed? And and I was like that for a while. Anytime I if it comes up now, if it's something that, is parting ways with me, I say thank you for that, because it allowed me to be able to connect with a part of me I didn't know existed. Strength that I've had that I didn't want to give myself accountability for. I didn't want to acknowledge, of what was there. Being able to tell myself, you're smarter and so much stronger than you ever allowed yourself to be able to comprehend. Um, you can impact a lot of different people just by the love of vibrations that you give. It's just like, because there's so many different people, it feels like their life can't get better than that. And that's why we're being used as that example to be able to show, hey, I went through this, that, and the third, and I allowed myself to put my own, kick my own kick my own butt, and allowed myself to transform of what was programmed into me, unlearn the things I was constantly taught in my life, being able to, get different insight, different knowledge that, I need this going to help me grow, being able to see how can my life experience be able to inspire somebody else. Those past wounds inspired you to be such a better person. And a lot of times when you see all the things that you have gone through, that also was a notification of how strong you are, because it's just like, not everybody would be able to conquer the things that you have conquered. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to, uh being able to, just look at everything that has taken place and being able to have a total turnaround, you know, because it's just like so many different people I've known for years, and they're looking at me now like, girl, what happened? I'm like, life, life. That's what happened to me, my truth. And it's just like, I feel good when I can sit up here and use the things that I have gone through to be able to allow somebody to, look at their life and see what parts of them that needs to be changed. Being able to tell somebody, hey, I can relate to what you're going through. You are not alone, brother and sister. We're all trying to do a come up on the come up. But it's all about how you choose to focus on it. If you're going to give yourself excuses and say, I'm this, I'm that, I can't, that's what you're doing. And then you can't get mad, or you seeing other people actually being blessed with the manifestations they work with, and you can't be mad because it's like it'll be different if you were doing the work and you kept on getting setback after setback after setback. And usually when that happens, they're waiting for a turnaround for yourself that you're going to end up catapulting into something that that you weren't even doing, because they see that determination with you. They see that you're constantly motivated. Like prime example right now, I'm tired as hell right now, but I'm still trying to push out these videos. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and do a few and then go ahead and rest, because it's just like I've been able to do like 5 or 6 lately, and I have to take a day or two off. And it's just been so much because it's like I'm downloading, and then I'm purging, I'm cutting cords, and I'm allowing myself to see the truth without the negative energy barriers, stuff like that. And that takes a lot of energy to be able to do, and especially if you're allowing yourself to send out, comforting energy towards other people. That's a constant, that's constant running, 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 running. And that lets when you're allowing yourself, even though when you're not feeling right or whatever, you're just still giving it all you have. That lets you know that the universe watches out for that. And a lot of times they will put you in situations like that just to see, are you going to allow something that you may be able to put up with for a minute. It's like, okay, if you have a headache, and you really want to do these videos, but it's like your head's pounding. It's like, okay, take that little pain reliever and, shield yourself from other people's vibrations, but also shield yourself from other people getting your vibrations, and see how you work with that. But if you're constantly giving excuses for every challenge, that they're placing on you, that means you're not ready to receive, what they're trying to offer you. There's always on a need to know basis. You tell God, it's like you really want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, and he got a real dark sense of humor. But it's like you're more, if a lot of times it's hard for us to try to, manifest the things. We see what we want. We may know what we want, but a lot of times certain circumstances come into your life that may contradict that. And those examples or those vibrations is set just to see, are you going to allow yourself on these circumstances to hold you back from what you can do. And that's why that's why they put different challenges in there to prepare you for what you wanted, but you're going to end up being blessed with more than you asked for, just because they keep putting up those those speed bumps. That's what I was trying to say. You're going through all those different things in your life that you never seen was going to be possible for you, but these are the things that you're starting to see. It's like, you're at that point right now that I can sit up here and get this vision of other people, and it's like you're this beautiful flower, and it's very rare. It's like a hybrid of flowers, and it don't finally sprouted out the ground. You went into that initial vibe of darkness where you had to be able to nurture yourself within your wounds, within your self-affliction, without affliction that was coming from other people. The things that has really been, that really has made a negative impact in your life. You had to go through that dirt, being able to see your own toxic behaviors, your own toxic vibes that you really needed to allow yourself to, like, hey, I'm bringing stuff like that in my life that is, you know, drawn into me. And then when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, look, I'm tired of, getting all this negative impact from different narcissistic vibes and stuff like that. Because a lot of times they tell us, the main thing when it comes to us connecting with people like that, it could be, friends with benefits, baby daddy, baby mama, husband, wife, whatever, because there are certain parts of us that can identify with that kind of energy that they carry. But when you're allowing yourself to do that work, that shadow work, through everything else, you'll start attracting something different. You'll start seeing certain things that you may have tolerated at a certain period of time, and that just made you just want to, that make me break out in hives as I start, doing things. And then it's just like, even people that you are attracted to at that time, you'll start looking at them different, like, being a funny note, like, what the hell was I thinking? Or, you allowed yourself to see where you were at one time. You may not be able to feel that at that time. It just depends on if you're seeing yourself where you should have been here at a certain time. Everything happened in divine time, and that's what they want us to be able to to accept on that. It's like everything's unfolding where you're supposed to. If you're doing the work, you're allowing yourself to meditate, you're saying your mantras, your affirmations, you're saying good things that you are grateful for, and all these things, you'll start seeing the change within your path. You'll start seeing the change within your energy that's going on. Yes, you may be very tired right now, but just look at everything that you're taking away out of your life. Different people you're cutting cords from, allowing yourself to, even when you can feel your vibration going to a negative memory or a negative moment in your life, you're backtracking, allowing yourself, like, hey, that door is closed, don't you open that mess back up. You're going through that different sequence. So yes, you're going to be really tired right now because you're doing a lot of vibration, change your vibrations, your frequencies. And then you're going from probably 4D, 5D, you may be having still a little essence of the 3D or ego or wounds or something, because you're working, when you're allowing yourself to be honest and keep it real. Yes, I'm working on myself on the daily. It may not look like I'm doing something busy from your point of view, but I'm busy, and you're doing that. So you're allowing yourself to step out, because it's like a lot of this insight is coming into y'all. I know, because there's so many different people like, Roz, I gotta talk to you about this, Roz, this and this and this happened. And I'm just like, congrats to you. I want to see us all win. I want you to be able to open your mind up. Do not let the fear of insecurities or second guess or doubt to stop you from what you're doing. Because that's what the doubters and the haters want you to do. They praying for your downfall. But you are being very successful. You have to be able to allow yourself to not speak on the things that you're trying to bring into your life, because I guarantee you, there's gonna be somebody peeping around the corner and trying to pray that you slip up on something so they can make sure they block it from you. But there's a lot of different things that you have truly been working on that has given you so many blessings, because you're allowing yourself to see, that. Because it was like, before, I was constantly gravitating towards people that were very toxic, very something I was constantly used to. I was always dragging that. But then when I noticed I started doing that groundwork, my shadows and stuff like that, I'll start vibing out that frequency that somebody carried, like, hey, something ain't right in the water here, and then allowing myself to know this is not resonating with me anymore. And then so now it's like, when I start getting comments, I may get like a one or a two, somebody putting that stupid ass daggone website about dating girls and this and that. But it'll be more how somebody says, you know what, Roslynn, you have helped me make sense to the things that I'm doing. You just say it straight out where everybody can be able to understand it. And you're letting me know I'm not in this frequency or on this road alone. You're not, you know and when you have to be able to have that faith within yourself. And that's what universe always try to make sure, that you have to have that faith in yourself. Because if you carrying around like, oh yes, I'm positive I'm gonna be able to do this, but that frequent, your words and your vibes have to be, in that alignment. And so if not, they're making sure they put you on that vibe of doing that, because they really want to be able to bless you with all these things that they have in store for your life. And then you'll start seeing, all these different sequences you went in that was there to destroy you, but it was the main thing that delivered you. A lot of times when you're dealing with different people, maybe, your family, if they're in that emotional, mental, abusive, whatever, or you don't created with something that was, in that negative sense, you'll start seeing, everything that broke you in that kind of way. It broke you away from what is not you. It broke you away from what is not true about you. It broke you away from that false vibration, the illusions. And you have to be grateful for all those setbacks. You have to be grateful for all those mistakes. You have to be grateful for all the start overs, because you just because you start. And I used to always say, I'm like, man, if I have to start over one more damn time. But now it's like, I'm grateful for that, because it is allowing me to illustrate or create something that, I may have, it would have been, all right, it's okay here. But then when I allowed myself to start back over and say, look, I'm trying to get this, and this and that, universe wants to work with me, because sometimes I was working against universe and just wonder why the hell it looked like everything and, broke loose in my life, because I was resisting going against what was a blessing to me. And then you'll start seeing that change within your sequence, your vibes. And it's just like, I can say, to what brought me here, I can tell everything and everybody thank you, because it gave me that passion of growth, that I can say nothing can stop me but me. Ain't nobody's thoughts, nobody's opinions, nobody's vibes, not nothing. Nobody's curses, whatever. Whatever is for me is going to be for me. I'm not going to just do okay. I'm going to do way better. And then when I get to better, I want to do outstanding. Then I want to get to splendiferous, gets to something like that. And then that's what they're wanting you to do. You're creating a life and a vibration that's very foreign to you, but you're going to understand why you've been guided this way. You're going to understand why things unfolded the way it did. You know, what you can appreciate from that trauma, because it allowed you to get to know a part of you that had to be reintroduced. We all went through that amnesia, empath amnesia state of mind. Now it's like you wide the heck woke, and you need to be able to get acquainted with that vibration, because you don't know what you got coming around that corner. And when you're allowing yourself to be open towards all these gifts that you have, and then you're getting into alignment with the shadow gifts, those gifts that was dormant, that's been closed down for a lot of times, and you're reaching these certain stops, and it flicks on something else, you'll start seeing everything from a different perspective. So I hope y'all were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Let me give a post notification shout out to um, Michelle J, Claire McGee, Ethan Means, Nicole Golan, and Jesse Lee, and David Duran. Much love to you. Like and subscribe. Hit this notification bell. Drop a line. I would love to be able to get in touch with you, or get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. I leave all my contact information at the bottom if you ever want to talk one-on-one. I do that a lot with everybody. It's just like a network to give you a deeper understanding about your path of purpose, or if you have any questions about it, or it's just certain things you may want to share. You want my input on it, whatever is whatever, it's confidential. So if I can't tell you from words of experience, I'll try my best to find the information you need to get you towards that deeper understanding towards your path. And I will see y'all in my next video. Much love. Bye.